So what we have here is a 1955 GMC 370, and it's actually a big truck on a small truck frame now. It's actually a big truck on kind of a big truck frame, but we cut it down to make it a small. So it is a LGH 6L90 and a dually. It's basically out of a bus. The truck version is a LML with an Allison, but we didn't get so lucky. It's detuned about half the power as what the truck is. Basically, when we get all done, we have EFI live, and we're hoping to get just basically the regular truck numbers out of it. We're not going crazy with it, but just something that has enough power where we can actually tow and it be useful. My buddy Josh here in Florida has given me this fuel cell, and it actually worked out perfect for the back. Down the road we might go bigger for if we decide to do the long hauls with it. We also installed a Air Dogs fuel pump. Was actually meant for the other truck that I have, but when I was building this it seemed like perfect timing to use it, so we ended up just making it work. So on the inside, the gauges are all factory from the bus. They all work still except for the gas tank for the sending unit, but I'm planning on down the road maybe going with the Dakota digital gauges, because they look a little bit nicer and you can actually make it look like 1950s instead of 2000 plastic.
I really like the Battleship gray interior.
Yeah, so it looks like what they did was they had brushed on a bunch of gray paint in the footwell, the door, and up top. And I think they just did that basically to save it from rusting. And it looks like it did a pretty good job. There's only a little bit of rust in the upper cab section. And I think down the road we might just patch in some nice stuff. Instead of, it doesn't need major work, just a little bit here and there. So we can go ahead and do that. I ended up making the intercooler pipes and the intake from scratch. That was pretty easy job, straightforward. My buddy gave me a 4-inch thick intercooler. So the bed is, I think, widened about 18 inches. It was quite a bit. And then the fenders are 3 inches wider than on each side, more than factory. They're from Bebop's in Georgia. So the overall truck is actually 8 feet 2 inches wide, which we actually measured a 2022 truck, or it was 21, I don't know. But it was literally the same width, rear end. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's gnarly, man.
For road purposes, that's enormous.
So basically the suspension is just factory, except for I flipped the axle in the back, and wherever it landed was basically where we kept it, which was kind of perfect. Down the road, maybe I'll do airbags and like 4-link, but it'd have to be pretty heavy duty to tow with. And also we could lower it, but in that case we might have to raise the engine and transmission up in the truck so that we can go lower, because it's almost, I think the oil pan's actually the lowest part of the whole truck.
Showing off on the inside, you can see that there needs to be a dog box built to cover up the engine and trans.
Yes, so my buddy Mike just bought a 1500 truck, and we're thinking about grafting in the firewall from that, because he bought it for parts. And I was thinking basically it's the same shape that the Duramax, LS, and all that is. They all use the same firewall. So if I cut it out, it should be pretty easy to graft to a nice flat firewall that this is. So in the immediate future, a couple things we want to do is we have to go get it unlocked, the ECU, so we can tune it. We have EFI Live, but apparently it was locked from the factory, so we have to flash it back to stock so we can throw the new tune on it. Not going too crazy yet with it, but maybe in the future. We are getting a gooseneck my buddy said I could have for the back, and then maybe make it like the front plate to kind of help stiffen the bed up. The bed's pretty stiff, but I can tell the front kind of wiggles a little bit when you drive it over like decent bumps.
Potentially new gas tank.
Yeah, Maybe we're gonna end up building it like a big tank that goes across, like 100 gallons or something, so that we can definitely go on like a long haul with it.
Right, because the idea of the gooseneck is to be able to tow a very decent sized car trailer
Yes.
across the United States if need be.
Yeah, hopefully just like a couple of states for now. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like to end up putting the ZF6 6-speed in it. We have to get one first, and apparently they're kind of hard to get at the moment. So that, and what else?
A bunch of finalizing of stuff like
Oh yeah,
a bed,
firewall.
firewall,
Yeah, firewall,
a gooseneck tailgate.
Yeah, like I think what do they call it, like the Western Hull or something. I don't know. I'm gonna get slammed for calling it that, but it's like basically the tailgate that comes down in the center for the gooseneck. So
Probably wrap up some interior stuff, maybe a headliner, the digital
you're
gauges.
just tired of the rust falling on you.
It's quite a bit.
Overall, I'd say it's pretty solid.
Yeah.
There is a little bit on the roof line, but we can dig into that later. I'm probably not going to paint it. You know, I like the patina, but fix, you know, some of the rust is actually decent. If you guys like to see anything else, or tell us what you would like to see next, we'll go ahead and make a video of it.
Let us know in the comments what you'd rather see. Would you rather see the 1950 or the 1972 Nova? Let us know down below.
Or the C10. It's not here right now, though.
Right.
Mike stole it. He's been running around all day. Look what I stole.
Well, thanks for watching, guys.
Yep. You guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.
On Rustahaulic.
Yes, Rustahaulic. I'm kidding.